family salute to the hottest chat in the MF game. You already know. 2025, we back with another one. Hopefully all your morning, everyone is tuned in. It's going great for you. I just wanted to stop in briefly and talk about the state of affairs that's going on once again on the YTC, the YouTube Central, the septic tank of boxing media. I just thought I'd come in here and try to flush out, you know what I'm saying, another situation that is taken to the airwaves, man. Two brothers going at it, Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis. Ooh, he got personal quick. I was just trying to balance it all out. I say, well, hearing what Crawford had told Gary Russell Jr., people are taking that footage where he said if they ever was to get into it, he'll break his back. And now they're taking that and putting Gervonta's tweet. I just want to make y'all aware of the fakery that's out there. They're taking that clip. Shout out to Mike in the building. They're taking that clip and using it as if it's what he replied to Gervonta Davis, and that's just not true. That's false. That's when he was talking to G. Russell years ago, when they was up here trying to make people believe that Devin Haney was going to fight Gary Russell Jr. when he was going to fight Yorkis Gamboa. Just wanted to put that out there. So you probably already seen everything. I'm not going to go too far in detail because I probably touch on it on a live later on. But you know, Tank was pretty much, I guess, feeling some type of way about not being invited to the Ring Awards. I mean, all I was hearing was people whining that, you know, he's basically disrupting or changing the textual layout for which we're used to, and going up here and doing our little inquiry drops and going to box rec and going to the ring pound for pound. I mean, all we used it was for toilet paper. You know, people want to damn use it 1,000 times over for free just to prove an argument. That's all it was used for. It really wasn't a huge significance as to what we was resourcing the ring pound for pound and all this stuff for. But when Turkey Al-Sheikh cleaned that shit up, when Turkey Al-Sheikh just had the Ring Awards, he cleaned it up. I guess certain people, after seeing it, all who was there, the presentation, the dress code, all of that, I guess Tank said, damn, why I wasn't invited. And I don't think Tank would have liked to been in an environment at that point in time. It was really nothing that he had business-wise to place him in that environment for the Ring Awards. Nothing. I mean, it seems like he was, you know, not Tank per se, but Tank, Shakur, isn't trying to really make the Gervonta Davis fight, even though, contrary to what you've been hearing out here, people been saying that it's the opposite. No. You know, I just look at it like, what was he going to be there for? He wasn't receiving an award, you know, even though he was one of the nominees for Knockout of the Year. He did not get the, he wasn't going to get the nod, the final nod for that, especially over Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. It's just one of those events, man, where you learn the game. You know, this whole deal was, you know, he said what he said, and Crawford came back around and said, I guess somebody feeling some type of way about not being invited. I remember when I wasn't invited. That's what he said. I remember when I wasn't invited. adding a little more adding a little bit more, what they call that, gas to the fire. Somehow Tank started talking about Crawford's family, you know, talking about his girl. And you know, with Crawford, you know, he'll talk his shit with you for a minute until he say, hey, keep that same energy when I see you. You know, Crawford, he'll talk a little bit of shit with you and keep it healthy. You know, just talk the regular bullshit. But when you start talking about shit that's personal, hey man, it's over. So, I mean, them igniting, I don't know, that's just another online sparring session between two fighters. It ain't gonna come to nothing because they're not gonna fight each other. Tank is not gonna come up two divisions. You know, Crawford's not dropping down to 47 just to fight Tank. It ain't happening, bro. You know, it was just them using up their oxygen to pretty much pique the attention of fight fans. That's all I can say. Real talk. That's all I can say to that. They just wanted to pique the interest of fight fans, man. Twitter, for some reason, man, January, there's been a lot of Twitter back and forth, you know, exchanges that's not contractually agreed upon. There's nothing official about these Twitter fights that we see going on. Now, they're doing this shit for free, yo. I'm being honest, straight up. They're doing this shit for free. And somehow, some way, the weather has blown in some type of virus, because these dudes are willing to argue with one another about anything. You know, T.O. up there making light of the situation. Somebody it's unacceptable to talk about people's family when he's up there talking about Crawford and Tank. And imagine, you know, he was talking about Crawford and Tank, but yet Crawford and Tank is the one going at each other while T.O. is on the outside, you know, clowning them. You know, this shit is wild. I don't know why they out here sparring for free. Seems like everybody, I mean, that has a pretty decent name is out here on social media, on X. Schofield didn't show up for the presser. His pops say the passports was sabotaged. You know, I'm not gonna get my activist hat, put my activist hat on like it used to be. They used to have the X hat, right? Because there's a lot of damn beef that's going on between my people. And it's supposed to be Black History Month next month. I'm just saying. It's supposed to be Black History Month coming up in a matter of weeks. And all I see is my people, boxers, going at each other's throat, man. Trying to go for their motherfucking jugular. Yeah, I don't know why. What's the all of a sudden the sense of urgency to go at it with another fighter on X. It's wild. I thought we was all about making fights. Turkey over there making fights. So I want to talk briefly about what Timothy Bradley said. Timothy Bradley, he crawled from underneath, you know, his blanket of hypocrisy, because that motherfucker thick. I know he was nice and warm to snuggle in that motherfucker. And Tim Bradley crawled from beneath his blanket of hypocrisy, and he said he appreciate what Tank got going on. And you know, I mentioned this months ago, how Tank said that he don't have to go over there to Turkey. He getting that type of money over here. Whether he still feels that way, I don't know. But Turkey Al-Sheikh definitely seems like an exit that Tank might have to get off on boxing. You know what I'm saying? He might have to go see Turk. I'm serious. If he want that big paycheck and want that big fight, he may have to go see Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. And he's gonna have to figure out. You know, I for the life of me, I don't know why there's so many people who are still saying, you know, PBC is gonna make the big fights, big fights. We haven't seen a rollout of fight cards yet. We already know what Riyadh season has going on, but you know, where's everything else when it comes to boxing from the other, you know, from PBC, so to speak? Why isn't Errol Spence in training camp yet? I mean, what's wrong with him? Why haven't we received a report? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to OG Golden on that, man. Why haven't we received that shit? But I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out.